Well, you may recall that Harry and Meghan, the favourite friends of this show, have spent years trashing the royals as a bunch of cruel, privileged racists trapped in a terrible prison of an institution. So imagine our surprise when a spokesperson for the couple confirmed via People magazine that Princess Lilibet Diana had been christened. Why would they use a title for their children that represents an institution they loathe so much? Well, joining me now to discuss all this is author and historian Tessa Dunlop, royal editor of the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers, and Michael Cole's remain with, because, of course, he was the BBC's voice of royalty for 2 decades, as he reminded us. All right, Russell Myers, I don't get this.
No.
Because I was sure that they kept telling the world how ghastly the monarchy is. It's a prison camp. All the royals want to get away from it, but they can't because they're trapped in the world of titles and privilege. And now they want to give their kids the titles of prince and princess, even though they don't live anywhere near the royal family. They don't do any duties. They do nothing to deserve it. They live in a mansion in Montecito in California and use their own royal titles to make loads of money, which may be the clue to why they want their kids to have them.
Yeah, I think you pretty much summed it up for a lot of people. They're seeing this hypocrisy being played out. It's like a soap opera, isn't it? That something out of an EastEnders script. And Harry and Meghan have made an awful lot of money and an awful lot of noise over the last couple of years by telling everybody how awful the monarchy is, and the monarchy that they left behind. Indeed, Harry and Meghan wanted a half-in, half-out model. The Queen said that they couldn't. And so, yeah, it's very, very surprising that they should want this.
Well, you say surprising. I would say, Tessa Dunlop, rank hypocrisy yet again from these two.
Russell's so polite. First time on the show agreeing with you. You wait, he'll turn the screws in a minute. I would like to suggest that Harry and Meghan is a bit like criticising the police force. I often criticise the Met Police. My uncle was a commissioner in the Met Police. Doesn't mean that I don't believe in having a police force. You can criticise the monarchy and say, here are the fault lines, and do it clumsily.
Why would they want to inflict on their children royal titles that make them part of the royal family worldwide and expose them to the misery and pain and trauma which Harry tells us he suffers on an hourly basis, normally for large cheques, by the way?
Because isn't it very clear they've left the rigid institution?
Yes, so why do they want the titles?
Institution, and they're going and they've got monarchy light, Atlantic style. That's what they've done.
Why do they want the titles? I don't understand.
Well, you do understand. You
Tell
need
me why.
To spell it out for you. Well, a couple of reasons. One is, there's cachet.
Oh, cash,
the
you mean?
Pricelessness.
There's cash.
Yeah, in the slippery
cachet
world.
And cash.
Oh, come on, Piers.
Because we all know Harry and Meghan, as Harry and Meghan, would be making a lot less money if they weren't the Duke and Duchess of Sussex,
they are.
which goes on every statement they ever make.
I just want to share something with Michael and Russell, and this is an epiphany I had today when thinking about Piers. I do occasionally think about you off screen.
I bet you never stop.
I've come to the conclusion that although you sit there night after night professing to be a monarchist, you're not deep down.
I am.
No, because the whole point is, with the system of hereditary monarchy, you can't choose the loons and losers that get born with the right to be princess and prince. No, you can't choose them.
Michael
no,
Cole.
You can't.
Michael Cole.
It's all very odd. It's pick and mix, isn't it? We want the trappings.
Yes,
we want the
it's royal cake and eat
We
it.
don't want the duty. We don't want the hard work. This is all very, very odd because legally they became, Archie and Lilibet, became Prince and Princess. At the moment, Her Majesty the Queen died on the 8th of September and King Charles took over. Because by the latter's patent, drawn by King George V in 1917, grandchildren of a reigning monarch become automatically Prince
And this
and
was what
Princess.
Meghan Markle was struggling to remember in her Oprah Wine-a-thon when she claimed the only reason Archie hadn't been already made a prince was because of his skin colour. It turned out she just didn't understand.
Okay.
No, I'm asking Michael, because he knows about these things.
Of course.
About how the system actually works. There was no racism.
No, none at all, and that was actually quite shameful, what was said at that time.
Let's remember what she said. This is what she told 50 million people around the world. Watch this.
I do recall it and regret
It's worth reminding.
The idea of the first member of color in this family not being titled in the same way that other grandchildren would be. It's not their right to take it away.
It was a complete... Hang on, Tessa. It was a complete lie.
Appalling ignorance. And also used in a very, very nasty way to attack people who couldn't answer back.
Yes, and brand them a bunch of racists when they weren't.
Racism is a terrible accusation to make because it's easy to make.
Well, once thrown, it sticks on people.
Impossible to prove.
Tessa, you're seething. Why?
No, I'm not seething.
You just heard a line.
But I think that the key we need to pick up on there is the word ignorance. Michael, esteemed former BBC journalist, 80 years he's been walking on this planet, absorbing ideas of hereditary monarchy and the British Constitution. Meghan...
You're not 80, are you?
On Monday, I was 80.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
Michael Cole, you look unbelievable for 80. Really?
Yes, I was.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations on being...
That's how I knew Lord
You're like
Grey
Benjamin
was
Butler,
80
former
yesterday.
BBC correspondent. OK, Ross, let's bring this back to the thing. The ongoing thing is, are they going to come to the coronation? They, through their little lickspittle, Omid Scobie, he said that apparently they invited all the royals to Lilibet's christening, but they all declined to come, as if they're all going to get on a plane and fly to California to embrace the people who've been trashing them for the last 3 years. But it looks like from the jungle drums, they have been invited to the coronation, right?
Yeah.
Now, they're holding it out to make it all about them, make it a big drama. So do you think they're actually going to come?
I do now, yeah. I think because it's their currency, isn't it? They've made an awful lot of money, and again, this it's their tax by having that association with the royal family.
It's the cachet and cash.
You mentioned sort of, the favoured journalists that they were briefing in the first instance that they weren't going to have titles, and now there's another screeching U-turn. We already had one of the U-turns about the racism element within the royal family that Prince William was forced to deny.
Michael, you want to jump in?
Wasn't right.
I was going to say,
and this is another example.
Yes, I totally agree.
His Majesty the King has played a blinder in all this because he let it be known from the very outset that they were welcome to come, Meghan and Harry, to the coronation, putting the ball firmly in their court. If they decline, it will make them look small-minded, petty, mean-minded, and if they accept, they will make them look open the door to hypocrisy.
You know what I'd do? I'd make them sit in the 10th row right behind Prince Andrew. When the world's cameras get beamed on them, all they see is their little heads peering around Andrew.
Because that isn't going to happen. I mean, because the King has spoken about unity and togetherness. Yeah. So, and I don't think he would be as churlish as to not invite them. He won't be as churlish.
I actually think he shouldn't have invited them. Why would you invite a couple of ratbags who've been attacking every member of your family?
Because
it's such a poison. I'm just saying what I would have done. If that was people in my family, I wouldn't want them anywhere near my coronation, which, by the way, can only be a matter of time.
But do you make the point there? All you have to do is one of your offspring marry into the royal family, and hey presto, the Morgans get a little tinge of monarchy. That is how unbelievably mad the system of hereditary monarchy is. We all get fat chewing the fat of this story. But the problem you have, Piers, is you like the system when it works, but you don't like it when it doesn't. And Harry is an example of it not working.
No. You completely misrepresent what I think about the monarchy. My mother camped on the Mall for both Diana and Fergie's weddings, right? We grew up, we ran a country pub in East Sussex. Well, I remember this 1977 Silver Jubilee, the street parties and everything else. It was fantastic. So I grew up as a...
That's when it's working.
Hang on. No, it wasn't working even then. Right? There's always been chaos and carnage in the royal family. You know, when I was a newspaper editor, barely a week went by without some new scandal. That's not the point. The distinction with these two is they have openly attacked the institution of the monarchy. Diana didn't do that. Fergie didn't do that. They have unloaded on the institution being a prison camp that no one can escape from. Why then would they call their kids Prince and Princess?
I was 10 at the last coronation. You haven't asked me to guess, Piers, but I'm going to guess what will happen.
Go on.
May the 6th is Archie's birthday.
Yeah.
I rather fancy that she will stay behind and have a birthday party in California, and he will come, particularly as 3 days later, he's due to be the star witness in a very contentious case that's going to be opened against Mirror Group newspapers, and he's going to go into the witness box. Well, that is going to come after the Lord Mayor's show. We know what happens. After the coronation, we've got a court case.
No, Harry, as we know, is very concerned about privacy. On that bombshell, we'll leave it. But yes, it's going to be an interesting month. Lovely to see you, Michael. Lovely to see you, Tessa. Great to see you.
Pleasure.
Thank you all very much indeed.